Hi, I'm Michelle Cool. Welcome to my channel, Pretty Pink Soul Movement. And today I'm doing a Scorpio season collective reading for everyone because I believe Scorpio season and, well, I guess all the water signs, but Scorpio season is like very deep diving. It's very expansive and it's very explosive as well, even though it's like a water sign. It really pushes you beyond your perceived limitations. And I know a lot of people are really epically transforming, and I know we're constantly transforming, but you'll be finding there's a difference this Scorpio season. There's a change within you. You're pushing past, your old story, the old story of who you think you are. So because of that, I'm calling this video Scorpio season Unbothered transformation, because it's almost like you finally get it. You know, it's like when you're a little kid and you're learning how to ride a bike and you've got your training wheels on, then all of a sudden you can take your training wheels off and you don't know how, but you can ride without them, you know. And that's kind of like what it is. We've had the guides in the universe are just like, you know, holding us as like little babies as we walk, you know, and we are really like in the human form. Doesn't matter how old you are, you know, there's so much we've had to transcend and move beyond and learn, and we've signed up for so many lessons this lifetime. So we've needed that assistance. We needed that, okay, guides are standing beside me while I'm stumbling and I'm trying to walk. And the training wheels are basically coming off now. We're just seeing that we don't need the supports that we thought we needed. And it's really shifting our vibration to a higher level. And we're really, because of this, because we may have been feeling things just aren't moving, because we were basically in like a hibernation mode for a very long time. And some of us up to, 10 years, perhaps maybe your whole life. Like it's going to vary for everyone, but it's been very, very, very hard times, and I feel like this Scorpio season is accumulation of all that you have learned, all that you have been through, and the shackles have come off and you're able to move into more of alignment with your higher self, basically. And you'll be feeling this difference within you because you'll be doing things and saying things that you wouldn't normally do. You don't care perhaps like what people think as much. You're like, that old voice of someone else's story is not in your head anymore. It's almost like you've just cleared your hard drive. You're like, I can see that person is, doing their thing. And like a lot of people will be projecting, like a lot of people do project their limitations onto you, right? Like I have people say to me, why would you want to start your own business though? And then they start putting their fears onto me, and I'm like, I just kind of cut it off. I'm like, why are you saying this to me? Like what you're saying has nothing to do with me. Obviously I'm doing it because I want to do it, and that shuts them up. You're just kind of, instead of sitting there and taking it, people's projections onto you and dragging your vibration down, you're just kind of cutting it off and turning it around, or really not caring. Just go, if they say something to you, like, okay, cool, you get up and walk off, or, whatever it is for you, you're starting to do things differently than you were before. You're basically more ballsy. You're being more of an adult, an energetic adult. So it's pretty exciting, really reshaping your old story and your belief systems and how you perceive people to be as well, because you could be feeling like, before someone would say that to me, but I actually said like, that was my old story. They actually didn't intend it that way. It's just how I took it, so we're really pushing past that and not caring about what people think or where we think we need to be right now. Like there's just so many things. I could go on for days, really. A really big thing that we need to do in order for this energy to kind of like, I'm seeing like a feather, like it's just slowly coming down to earth, in order for you to step into your power more and draw in more of that energy. As basic as this sounds, and I feel like we're all not listening because this has been coming up for ages, we really need to clear out our homes, old birthday cards, even photos of loved ones, stuff that people have given to you. Even if you like it, like you need to get rid of it. I know that sounds really harsh, but it's like gifts from people, stuff, it's really holding their energy. If you went through a bad time with someone toxic, but they've given you something that you do enjoy, you need to throw it out. Like I wouldn't even recommend it going to like a Goodwill store, because it's still holding that energy, and people that are in, you know, harsh situations don't need that energy sent to them as well, if you know what I mean. So it's not even giving it away kind of thing. You need to throw it out. And also a lot of crystal work. Get lots of crystals that you feel drawn to for energetic protection. Like, grab a book or research the best crystals for you, or just literally go to a crystal store if you can, and the ones that you're drawn to, the ones that you need. So set the intention that you want to protect your energy, or you want to clear your energy. So you can either research which are the best ones for that, or pick the ones that you're drawn to. Also, if you want to do more channeling from your guides and stuff, get celestite, selenite, and clear quartz, because you can program that to hold the intention for anything that you want and you need. We'll get into the other stuff later. What else? I've written so many notes on this because I was going to film this yesterday, but I got too tired, and I'm pretty tired today. And hopefully the universe won't throw another car at me, because damn, it's been some scary times lately. But I find for me, I don't listen unless the universe like sends severe messages. They'll tell me, they'll be like, stop making videos, stop doing this, stop doing too much, you need to focus on you. And I still did it until I literally had a car thrown at me. I was like, okay, I got message received. So I think I'm being a bit sneaky doing this video today, so I'll have to like calm my farm after this. And I just heard a little knock, a little confirmation there. I'll be good after this one, universe, I promise. But yeah, we're really asking to reset our energy in order for these changes to take place, is to create a space, a sacred space where you feel safe, out in nature. Where do you feel whole to really hear the universe and yourself? It's basically like an epic reset. You know, like when your Windows is upgrading on your laptop or computer, and it can take sometimes, you know, depending on the upgrade, takes hours. This is like I'm feeling days, weeks, months, you know, some of us it's been years. So we really need to reset this time in order for these like changes to take place as well. This will help you shift out of the energy of chaos, because we're really being asked to imagine yourself sitting in meditation pose and your eyes are closed, and there's a hurricane going on around you. That's basically what we're being asked to do. So this video is basically, I'm trying to give you the tools, like an understanding, which you probably already know, but it's nice to hear a confirmation from someone, right? So I'm trying to give you the information that's being passed on to me to center and ground yourself, because we need you to be, because so many other people aren't at the moment. You know, it's literally like, it's all falling onto light workers and people that are watching this video right now. We need to stabilize our energy in the, you know, while everything is kind of being brought up to the surface, while things need to be resolved, we're being asked to be grounded. And, you know, the biggest thing that I got today was, can you be content where you are right now? Can you be content not being where you think you need to be? Can you be content if you don't know, say, where your money's coming from next, so you can, you know, eat? Like, can you be content in not having that new car? Can you be content in not having any support around you? Can you accept it? Basically, you need to accept where you are now, because this is where we're getting our power, is in the present. We need to accept, you know, my couch is broken and I need a new one, but you know, I can't afford it. I accept that. I accept that. You know, anything, I accept that. I don't feel good. I accept that. I wake up sometimes and I feel shit and I'm tired all the time. I accept that. Can you be content with what you have now? Can you be content in that feeling? This is where we're really going to draw our personal power from. You know, and speaking authenticity, in your own truth. It's not about other people's truth. It's about your own truth, and not doing it in a snarky way if that's the way you've done it before. Doing it in healthy ways, and it's just like a real, whew, that was a big one, a real game changer for all of us. We really need to speak in authenticity and speak our truth, because that's what's needed right now. So what else? Okay, so what, aside from accepting things that you can't control, like I just listed, what are things that you can control right now? There will be things that you can control, like cleaning. Hopefully you can do that, cleaning your home, and things like that. Do the things that you think you can achieve or know you can achieve. Can you do the dishes? You know, can you clear the cobwebs off the outside of the house? Can you vacuum? Like, it's just so much around cleaning the space. Incense your home. You can use any incense. It doesn't have to be sage because we don't want to make that extinct. You know, I'm just saying feng shui in your home, or just even energetically feeling, okay, I want to mix things up and change things around and reshuffle things. Can you do that? Clean your garage out. There's things people are missing. Clear out under your bed. Give away those books that you don't read anymore. Redo your paintings that you've got up on the walls, like, or change your pictures and your picture frames. Stuff, you know, go through your drawers and throw out the old bank statements that you don't need anymore. You know, it's just this stuff that we need to shift. I just feel stagnant energy, and this is really not helping us center and ground ourselves, and also it's stopping us from being open to receive. Okay, so focus on the present, relinquish control, focus on immediately what you can control, even if it seems basic. So the masculine and the feminine energy, I see it just kind of like swirling around like this at the moment. It's trying to settle. Now, each day will be different. Some days you'll need to be more, which we're being asked to be more in our feminine, which is rest, relax, recoup, being open to receiving help from outside, from the universe, asking for help. And then some days you'll need to do a bit of action. But I feel like it's more like 70% at the moment on some days, and you'll have to feel what feels right for you. You know, it changes every day. Like, some days you'll need to mostly be more in your feminine, and then some days you'll need to do a little bit of the action, like the cleaning or making calls or whatever you need to do. So every day, like, just even journal it out, like how many, try to channel it. Like, what energy do I need to be in right now? Need to be in my and it will change from the morning. You'll wake up and you'll be like, oh, I still feel tired, therefore I'm going to rest. And then it might hit like 1 o'clock, say on the weekend or whatever, and then you're like, I'm gonna do some cleaning, you know, the action Jackson. So you need to follow in each and every moment, and being okay with, it's just being okay with moment to moment, what's happening moment to moment. And because of that, we're really releasing the old world way of being, where structure, time, you know, I'm forecasting and planning this. That shit doesn't work anymore. And that's what we're seeing collectively come down. So that will help you feel more, it's kind of like releasing control, but you'll feel more in control because you're releasing control, if that makes sense. Did I say already, can you be okay with not being okay? Well, I like that saying. Already said all that. Okay, so all these things I've been telling you what to do. This is how we're actually clearing karmic energy. So this Scorpio season is about literally releasing, it's those icky, like nitty gritty emotions and karmic patterns from other lifetimes, and the ones that we've brought in, these patterns that we haven't been able to resolve from other lifetimes because we weren't as spiritually aware as we are in this lifetime, right? So we've basically dragged our baggage in with us, and we've chosen a time when we were born that created our astrology snapshot for this energy, for where the planets were at and what positions they're in, signs they're in, what houses they're in. That's helped us bring in this old baggage, as fun as that sounds. But we've brought it in, and we've been given the tools, like through our personality and through the energy, through the planets and the star signs and stuff, to be able to dissolve these karmic contracts and work through these lessons. And that's why it feels so harsh. And that's why you feel so fed up, because you've been doing it for fucking time and time and time and time again and not getting it. And this is what this lifetime is about. And that's why it feels like, you know, it's just such an epic rebirth, because it's like, we need to let this go. And you've been dragging this shit for so many lifetimes. And that's why you feel so fed up, you know, and it's probably been programming that's been going on again throughout your whole life. But this is what you're dissolving with the whole, oh, I'm handling things differently all of a sudden and I don't know why. Oh, I feel different. Oh, something's changed, but I don't know what. You can't quite pinpoint it, but you'll know within yourself because it's happening. So all this stuff that we're doing is clearing these patterning and the karmic contracts to release you in order to go forth with your life purpose. Now, don't get too excited because it's just like, you know, I just see like a line of people, and obviously the time that you get your little package with, oh, here's your life purposes in this package, and you just like leave a line and unpack it and go, ooh, okay, so I gotta do this on this day, and then this and this day. It's all spread out, right? It's not gonna be boom. You know, it could be for some, could have some breakthroughs, but for most of us, it's time scaled. So, you know, don't get too excited about it. But, you know, another reason that we've chosen to be here this lifetime is to find peace, to find peace in ourselves and peace in the chaos, you know. It doesn't always have to be, woo, I won the lotto, because spirit doesn't care about that at the end of the day. Not to say that you can't, but remember, it's not, I know subconsciously all of us feel that way. Even though we know money can't make us happy, subconsciously we're like, oh, but, you know, I'd give it a good crack. Do you know what I mean? So just be aware of those subconscious beliefs. It could be sabotaging your happiness because you tell yourself you need to be or have certain things in order to be happy, whereas we need to be content in what we have now. This is what will help you release a lot of this karmic energy and the karmic contracts, like the same shit happening over and over again, attracting narcissists, attracting needy people, draining people and stuff like that, which is why we're being asked to go within this season to cut that shit off. So yeah, we've already spoken about our shadows, identifying the patterns that are coming up, you know, and notice what really gets your goat, like what really irritates you. That's something that if you haven't released that yet, this is what's being released, and journal about it. You know, so like if someone's like, one of your pet peeves are people not listening to you, you know, people are just doing their thing, going through their programming. They don't listen to themselves, so how can they listen to you, right? So you'll be seeing that it's just people's stuff. It's like, they don't have to listen to me. They don't know how to listen. It's not, you know, it could be projected at you at the time, but it's not about you, because they do that to everyone, right? And you may see different situations play out and think, oh, but they listen to that person. It's like, but when you think about it, it's like, okay, so do you spend more time with that person? People that feel comfortable with you will treat you probably more badly. That's like a life hack, you know. People are always nice when they first meet someone. Oh, hi, how are you? And they might pay them more attention. It's only because it's new and they're putting on a front. But the longer you're with someone, that front just dissolves and disappears and drops away. And they're being the more authentic self to you. So that's usually why you'll see that. You might think, why are they being mean to me? Why are they rude to me? You know, and then you get the old story kicking off in your head. I'm not good enough. This always happens to me. People always treat me this way. Maybe I am crap. And why can't I have what I want? Why can't people be nice to me? Blah, blah, blah. The old story kicks off. So just watch that. Yes, I love this bit. We are not abiding by the voice of our ego anymore, right? Because the ego was the one that kicked off that story with the fears, and it's like, okay, but this has happened in the past. So now I'm going to relate it and track it back to things that have happened to me. This is what is dissolving. This is what we're letting go of. We're just seeing things for what they really are. And because of that, we're able to take our personal power back and go, well, whatever, that's got nothing to do with me. I'm focusing on me, feeling good and doing what I need to do in order to shift forward and move forward and live a happier life, right? Isn't that what it's all about? So it's great. It's like intuition is strong right now. Your intuition is strong. You're also seeing that you're on point about a lot of things and that you don't have to prove it to other people. Do you know what I mean? I used to feel like I had to justify myself as well, all my gifts. Not too much, but like subconsciously I felt like I was always like on the defense and justifying myself, because that's what I've copped most of my life, right? But for me now, I'm just saying, it's like my intuition is always on point. Like, we're watching the Melbourne Cup race, and not that I'm into it, but I thought, oh, everyone else was watching it. I just stood there, and it goes for 2 minutes. Like, I thought I could take 2 minutes out of my day. And I just saw this one horse, and I don't know how many races, like 30 or something. And I just saw it. I'm like, something's going to happen with that one. And at the last minute, it just like cut through all these horses and like came number 3 at the end. You know, and I'm just like, man, I'm good. Or even like cars, when I'm driving on the road, God, where I live, the city I live, it's like known to have the worst drivers in the world. And I could tell this car was just about to turn into me. I'm like, oh my God, what is with people? And rather than, I did get really upset because I'm having so much trouble on the road. And it always gets crazier before Christmas too, so be careful. But now I'm seeing it as, I'm a good driver, and because of my intuition, I've avoided so many situations, right? Like, as scary as it is to have cars throwing themselves at you all the time, you know, I'm safe and I'm protected, and literally all my card decks, I keep getting, you're protected, you're protected, you're protected. You know, and we are at this time, but you'll be trusting your intuition more. You're like, I'm no longer listening to my voice of fear and ego and self-doubt. The ego is usually at the front seat of the car. Now it's in the back seat of the car, and it's kind of like annoying, but you're like, I'm driving, shut up. You know, and your intuition is at the front with you. You're driving, the intuition's sitting next to you, and it's more supportive, and you trust it more, and you don't feel like you're doing everything wrong all the time. Like, you're really learning to trust your intuition. That's epic. Okay, so also with the whole awesome intuition thing happening, learn to listen to your body, right? Any choice you need to make. Do I take this job? Ugh, I feel sick here in my heart chakra. That's a no. I feel like I'm going to throw up. You know, then that's a no. It's like, listen to your body. If you struggle to get into connection with your body, just meditate for 5 minutes. Some nice meditation, chimes, music, crystal bowl, whatever. Then gently ask yourself the question again, or write it down and see what you channel through. Really need to feel things in your body. Is this person right for me? Is my old story kicking in? Am I not taking this person in the right way? And then leave the question open. You literally have to ask the question, leave it open, and you'll get the answer. Some people will get it like that. Some people will take time because you still might have some barriers in the way, right? So always ask yourself first, and ask from a calm space. Don't hold on to the attachment for the answer. Don't force the answer. Just let it come to you when it needs to come to you. So yes, this is great because I wrote like pages and pages, and because I'm a Pisces, I'm like, oh, I've got the worst memory in the world. I'm never going to remember all this. That's why I wrote it down. But it's amazing what you kind of continue to channel through. So on that topic, learning to trust yourself. Yeah, so that bothers me. My memory bothers me, but I understand, you know, Pisceans haven't got the best memories, you know, like a fish, but also I'm more of an open channel to the universe than I am to retain certain things, you know. And it's accepting your light and your dark aspects. To me, my bad memory is a dark aspect, but if you looked at the light aspect of it, it's like, well, I make a good channel of information. You know, so we're changing our perceptions and accepting our dark and our light more, which is helping us be more of who we are, because we're like, yeah, I don't have a good memory, so what? You know, and when I've had like jobs in the past, I literally just told them, like, look, I know you need me to do this, but, you know, I don't have the best memory. I just kind of like own it, and they're like, oh, yeah, okay, whatever. Like, they don't care, instead of trying to hide from it and pretend to be something I'm not. And then if I forget something, that they get angry at me. It's like, you know, they can't, because I owned up to it and I told them. God, I remember I used to like, and I know offices aren't for me, but I used to like have all these meetings and stuff. We're putting a new children's hospital together, and I had to do all like the dial plans for the meetings. I had to meet with all the department heads and stuff and figure out their call flow, because like you can't have a call ending up nowhere in a hospital, right? Didn't think it was a job until it was. It was massive, but I sometimes forget about my meetings that I arrange. Like, it was so bad. But my boss was so cool about it. She's like, oh, just say this or just say that. Or, you know, it was amazing. I turned my fear into something. I owned it and I just flowed with it and rolled with it and everything was fine. Do you know what I mean? I didn't have to hide that part of myself that I deemed to be dark. It's just who I am. And not with everything. It's just if I get so stuck into what I'm doing, you know, I tend to forget. Obviously, I don't do that with my clients, but, you know. Anyways, Michelle's blog. Okay, so unhealthy habits at this time. If you know you have issues with certain addictions, like, okay, I feel a bit empty inside, so I'm going to fill that void with food or fill that void with buying things, or you know, I feel fat, I'm just going to buy bigger clothes. That's like a momentary fix. So now you're seeing that, okay, you know, I don't feel good in my body. Therefore, now in this present moment, I'm going to the shops. You know, I pulled out my old Pete Evans recipe book and I'm going to crack the paleo today. I'm just going to go make some basic recipes and just keep, you know, put them in like containers. So I've got 5 of them or whatever for the course of the week. You know, you're like, your power is in the present now. So if that's something you don't like, you know, stop this video, Google some things, some easy recipes or whatever, and go do that now. Like, you need to make changes right now in this moment, because that's where our present power is. This is where you'll have the biggest transformation. So yeah, and also, yeah, if you know when you don't feel good, you shop too much, try to fill that void, then, you know, that's something that you need to address as well. We're releasing the need to be seen or valued by others, because if you're realizing your addictions and making changes to that right now, you're going to fill yourself up. Do you know what I mean? So you don't need to be seen by others or commended by others or told good job or, you know, given 1,000 likes to your video, because you're filling up your own cup. You're owning who you are. You're being seen by you. You're listening to you. I'm tired, so I'm going to nap. You know, I'm going to have a nice bath. Like, we really need to cleanse our energy too. So along with the crystals, do like Epsom salt baths and stuff like that with herbs and essential oils in there if you can. If not, just have a nice shower. We're starting to let go of people that we're starting to let go of the needing people to understand us. Like, you know, I don't often meet someone that understands me. Sometimes like a fellow Piscean, like they get me. But not many people understand me. People like to think that they do. It's like, you have no idea. You know, when people like just, they only see a little bit, and if you're not intuitive, they can't do that, right? They only see a little bit of you and then they just sum up the rest of you. I have so many people like messaging me like coaches, which is really annoying, like business coaches. And it's like, I don't mean to be rude, but I'm way more intuitive than you. So you need to step off. I need someone that's, you know, better than me, has stronger intuition and stuff to help me with things, you know, like, it's so annoying. Step off, you know, and before, so that's like a sign, you know, you keep on. For me, it was like, yeah, I was being bombarded on social media, so I had someone else take that over for me, and I've deleted my Facebook and stuff like that, and it's only on my old phone, so I'll use that to like share this link and things like that, because I was just getting bombarded by people, and people with no respect for my time or energy. And it's just super irritating to me, because, you know, being the public eye, people think they can have a piece of you. No, you can't. No, you can't. I'm not even taking clients at the moment. That's how much I'm resting, you know. So for me, I was constantly hit that energy, so I had to delete it all, you know. And that's how I'm handling it. And so however you handle whatever's going on for you is right for you, but you need to make a change. Like, you know, if shitty energy keeps coming at you, if you're out of a job or something and shitty energy keeps coming out, either you change your perceptions or you literally change your location. Those are your options. So how exciting. So recap, Accept the present moment. Ground your energy. Changing up the things that bother you and putting in like a new plan. Feel into your pain, even your physical pain, because this is something we can release at the moment. Be content where you are right now. Express yourself, get back to your witchy roots and embrace your self-care. And choose, this is the best thing to, after all this stuff, choose 3 areas where you want to glow up in. Where do you want to glow up? Where do you want to glow up? Is it your diet? Is it, you know, pimping out your home? Is it, I mean, you can get new clothes if you want to. Nice. What do you want to do to bring in this new cycle? What do you want to learn? Is there something you want to learn? Do you want to learn the tarot? Do you want to start to learn astrology? Just buy a book. That's literally all you have to do. Just start somewhere. How funny. So we've got storytelling. Give up our old stories of telling, like, especially if you're going to start something new. So if you want to go try dancing and you're like, I don't have anyone to go with, just go. No one's watching you. No one's going to sit there judging you going, ooh, she's by herself. And even if they did, stuff them. Like, stop telling yourself the old stories that are holding you back. This is what you need to transform. Get in connection with your inner child. Those are too many. Have more fun. Go to those rebounding places if, you know, they're open and you can. Have more fun. Go and play equipment. You know, parts, like really, you're probably hearing your inner child wants to scream out. You're probably acting, should we say acting up? Way more, being playful. You don't care what you say so much anymore. You're not censoring yourself. You know, you're just being playful, teasing people and, you know, yeah. When I'm in my highest vibration, I'm very playful. You know, I'll tease people. We're shredding pain. And you'll find for a lot of you with physical pain, when you're releasing these emotions, when you're accepting yourself for who you are, when you're changing the way you think, when you're being content with what you have right now, your physical pain is actually going to start to transcend as well. Werewolf breaking habits. Boom. This is what we're doing. We're breaking those really old habits. And some of you might need to scream it out. So that's like a full moon. How's that for transformation? Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this. Please comment, like, subscribe, do whatever you need to do, share it. That would be even better. And, you know, enjoy this Scorpio season. And I hope this has helped you today. So I'll catch you next time. Bye.